Hello, my name is Selena.
And my name's Theoni, and you are listening to Piping Hot.
Welcome to another episode this week. As you can see, it's a little shorter, but still the same us.
Wow, that could not have been a cheesier intro, and I love it. So we decided to do a little bit of a shorter episode today because we got lots of things going on, right? So Selena's going to get married. You want to tell them about that?
Yes. Well, by the time that this episode comes out on the Wednesday, I will already be married. I'll be already gone. But I'm so excited. We're eloping in South Africa, and then we're gonna do our honeymoon there as well. But it's been a long time coming, and it feels so surreal. It's actually real now. So yeah,
I know, it's so crazy, but that's so exciting. Oh, it's gonna be so magical.
Yeah, because I feel I think our engagement was 2-ish years.
Yeah,
because I told you guys when we were still in college. Mm-hmm. And now we're not in college. Well, you're in grad school, but we're not in undergrad anymore. And so it's just so weird because I didn't expect for the engagement to be that long because of COVID, obviously. But I'm finally, it's happening.
Oh, so exciting. And South Africa is going to be literally beautiful.
I know.
Holy cow.
It's funny because we're going in their winter season, and their winter season is 60 degrees Fahrenheit.
But that's so perfect, though, especially if you do stuff outside. You're not going to be sweating. It'll just be very nice. Well, while we're doing this shorter episode, I'm going to be doing something equally as exciting. I'll be studying and taking my licensing exam. So
oh my gosh, that's
not
crazy.
Exciting.
Are you preparing already? Have you been preparing?
Yes, I have very much been preparing. There's this one website where I'm doing a bunch of simulations and studying. I don't know. I hate standardized tests. I think they're kind of a hoax, but I mean, my opinion doesn't matter. But I am studying. There's one section I always pass, and then another section I don't typically pass. And you have to pass both sections. So I've been studying a lot, and it's very difficult.
Oh my gosh. God, okay, literally you just telling me that gives me so much anxiety because I hate taking tests. That is why I don't want to go to grad school because my anxiety with tests and exams and all of this stuff is just so bad.
Yeah, I get very nervous as well, so I totally understand that. But honestly, I have 3 weeks of the semester left, and after that, it's just a ceremony. So I am excited to get a ceremony, though, since I didn't for undergrad, as you know.
Yes.
So I am excited to get one of the fun little hats and stuff. So.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be so exciting to celebrate and just be hurrah, because you've been doing online school for back and forth for a while.
I still can't believe I was let's start grad school in the middle of a pandemic. But you know what? Honestly, it's worth it because now I'm done with it and I can just get into the work, so.
Oh yeah, because everything's starting to open back up again and stuff, and it's year 2 of COVID, so fingers crossed that this is the last year that we're in a freaking pandemic.
If it's not, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself.
Same.
But we're not going to talk about that.
No.
So what kind of tea are you drinking?
So I'm not drinking tea today. I'm drinking coffee because I slept in and I literally woke up an hour ago. And so I was just I need something to wake me up. I slept in. I was going to go to the gym this morning, but I was just so tired and I was sore because I went yesterday, and I was you know what? I deserve to sleep in. So
yes,
I did.
You do. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I slept in this morning too. And honestly, it was so needed. I am drinking tea though. I'm drinking the Yogi Positive Energy tea because it has caffeine in it, which is fantastic because I have a lot to do today. But yeah, it's very nice. And I also started drinking it's the Sunwink Digestion Lemonade. It's this stuff at Target, and it's a superfood or whatever, and it's supposed to help with gut health. And so I was I'm just going to try it because I remember we were talking about that. I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast or just outside of it, but Selena and I are both on gut health TikTok, and I was I need something, restart the system. And then I got stuck at Target the other day just exploring, as one does. And I came across it, and I was I'm going to try it. So.
Wait, send me a picture because I want to try that. Because
I will.
I am drinking kombucha, but like I don't prefer kombucha as a drink. Like I would rather drink like any other drink than kombucha, but like I just have a little glass and it's like supposed to help. So I mean, it's not my favorite, but I would love to try that tea. That sounds so good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it's not like your country time lemonade, like it's not super sweet, but for a health drink, it's pretty good actually. And I just drink it in the morning, and I don't know. I've only been doing it for like 2 days, so I'll keep you posted on the next episode if it's been helping.
Nice. Yeah. So for this episode, we are just going to be doing a rundown of pop culture things that have been happening. There's not a topic today like there is usually every other week, but we still wanted to get on and talk about all the things that are happening because there are a lot of things happening.
100%. And I know that last episode we said we were going to do something with passion flicks.
Yes.
Let me just say, we looked at the website and I don't know what I thought it was, but it literally is just a bunch of like romance movies.
Yes.
And things like that.
It's like it's like a Netflix, but like on a way, way smaller scale.
Yep.
And it's romance novels turned into movies. So I think of it as like After, like on Netflix, kind of, because After was a Wattpad story, and then it turned into a novel, and then it turned into a movie. So I think Passion Flicks is the same thing, but I think maybe in the future we'll do an episode on it, but like right now we're not going to. But I think if we do, we should read the book and then watch the movie.
Totally. I 100% agree. So it wasn't quite what I thought. I definitely would be interested in exploring it more. But if we were kind of like, I don't think you guys would want to listen to that either. So it is what it is. So Selena, what pop culture things do you have today?
Okay. I have a couple, and I think we can kind of like dive in if we want. But my first one is that Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are engaged again.
I have that on my list too. I think they're very cute together.
Yeah.
However, I feel like that situation was so complicated. Or they just both have very interesting dating histories.
Yes.
And I was very impartial to Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner. Like, I thought they were so cute.
Oh, really? So, okay, my opinion, I think Jennifer Garner was way too good for Ben Affleck. Like,
Okay,
I was like, girly, what are you doing with this like potato sack?
Like, I know Jennifer Garner is like America's treasure. She's
a goddess. Like, I don't know. She's just like so elegant. So when I first found out that they were together, I was like, that's your husband. Like, really?
I don't know if these two people have ever met or interacted. I feel like they've got to be in a movie together. But Jennifer Garner and Paul Rudd, wouldn't they just be like America's sweethearts, like best friends?
Yeah.
Have they been in a movie together?
I don't think so, but I think the closest that we've gotten is her and Mark Ruffalo, but that's because of 13 Going on 30. Classic. And then they're in a new movie on Netflix together as well.
I've heard that Adam Project is really, really good.
Me too. I've heard it's actually really good. And I was like, oh, I was pleasantly surprised. Because again, Netflix movies are kind of a hit or miss for me. But yeah. Well, okay. Sorry. Going back to Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. I'm surprised because one, it happened way too freaking fast. I do understand that they dated way, way early in 2000s. But again, it's like you guys lived a whole different life. And then you guys just got engaged. Like,
right?
How does that even work? I don't know.
I really don't know. Maybe it's one of those situations when you know. But I'm also like, if you knew, you could have known 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't know. There's got to be some sort of special connection or something. I don't know.
Yes. Yeah. Well, because then too, because like Ben married Jennifer. They have kids. Jennifer Lopez married Mark, what's his last name?
Mark Anthony.
Yes, and then they had kids too. So it's like you lived a whole different life without this person. And suddenly 20 years later, you guys rekindle and you guys like get back together. Which again, I'm all for like, like finding your love like later on in life, blah, blah. I just think it's really interesting, like why now? And I think it plays a lot in Jennifer Lopez and her split from Aaron
Rodriguez, A-Rod.
Yes. A-Rod, which is another juicy thing, but we don't have to talk about it.
I know. They would have been a great couple for our celebrity couples episode. There's so many that are
I love them together. I love them so much together because I thought they were perfect.
A-Rod and J-Lo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I thought they were really cute too. But
And then he just had to go and be a freaking dickhead. Anyways.
That could be a whole episode on its own.
Really, yeah.
So here's one little fun pop culture tidbit for you. Britney Spears is pregnant.
I saw that.
Isn't that so cute?
I'm so happy for her. She just wants to be a mom.
I know.
I was like, she deserves that. After everything she's gone through, she deserves to have another kid because she wants one, you know?
Yeah, 100%. I was like, wait, isn't she already a mom? She is already a mom. But I'm just so happy that she's finally living her life again.
Yes. No, because she wanted to have another kid, but her conservatorship didn't allow her to because I think she was on birth control the entire time, which is stupid.
I think that's ridiculous.
I know.
That's not conservatorships. I don't understand them totally, but from what I do know of them, I think they're pretty stupid.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I just so happy because that's all that she's wanted for so long. And again, too, she does have other kids, but it's some people really want to be moms. That's all they want to be, and they want to have kids and they want to raise them. That's all that Britney Spears wanted. Mm-hmm. And I'm so happy for her. She just deserves the world.
And her fiance looks so, wait, is it fiance or husband?
Fiance.
Okay, that's what I thought. They just look so happy together as well. And it just makes me happy for her, you know?
Okay, so I didn't know how attractive her fiance was.
Yeah.
Until I looked at the pictures, I was like, he is so attractive.
He's a hottie.
Yes, he is. 100%. I was like, Brittany girlie, where did you get it?
Good for her.
Yeah,
good for her. Get it, girl.
The next pop culture item I have is that A$AP Rocky potentially cheated on Rihanna.
I had that on my list too. I think I read something this morning. I believe that Rihanna spoke out and said it was false.
Yes. Yep. I saw that too. That gave me a heart attack because if Beyonce was cheated on, if Rihanna was cheated on, what chance do we have?
Literally, what hope do we have? Those are two of the most amazing, successful women. And it's you're gonna what?
It's still not enough to not be cheated on. And I was like, excuse me, no.
I know.
Men are trash.
Literally, men are trash, as Harry Styles said at Coachella.
Yes. I saw that and my heart dropped because I was like,
I know.
She's pregnant with his kid. This is the worst. And her there was an interview that came out from a magazine about her earlier this week, and she looked gorgeous and it looked wonderful. And then all of a sudden this bomb dropped and I was like, oh my gosh, this is not good press.
How do those things even get started? If they're, oh my gosh.
I know. And I'm really, really hoping that it's not true, you know?
I know, me too. And I'm sorry. I'm not going to go on a full rant right now, but that is one of the things I will not tolerate. I'm sorry. I can't.
That's a deal breaker for you? Or
yes.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of the times there are a lot more things that go into it than maybe you realize. Mm-hmm. But
No, I agree. I think it is a deal breaker for me, but there could be ways that we could work through it, you know, but It's mostly a deal breaker for me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So.
And I think it's also easier said than done, but
100%. As we learned from Beach Read by Emily Henry, it's a lot more complicated.
As I mentioned 2 seconds ago, Harry Styles, I guess is headlining Coachella, which I didn't know about. But I saw a few clips this morning actually on TikTok, and he brought Shania Twain on stage and perform Man, I Feel Like a Woman and all of these things. And it was pretty good. And Shania was doing her flirty thing on stage with him. He was living his best life.
He deserves it. That's so awesome. Yeah, I saw that he was headlining Coachella and I was like, fucking finally.
Right? Literally.
His albums have been so good. And I'm just yes, he was in One Direction, but I feel like his music has evolved to such a more mature kind of stage. And I feel like that music can apply to a lot of people. I don't know. He just has a really, really cool vibe going on.
Totally. And I feel like the vibe is really good for Coachella as well.
Oh, yeah. You know what I've been seeing on my For You page? I don't know if like Justin Bieber is at Coachella or whatever, but I've been seeing his concert performances of him performing Boyfriend and Baby. And I'm like, nostalgia. Like,
I kind of wish I had like gone to see him when he was in Boston. Like, I feel like his concerts look so fun. And I'm not like the biggest Justin Bieber fan, but like it just looks so fun. And I love concerts.
Yeah. Well, again, I think he's like such a great performer. Like he was born for the stage.
Totally.
It just sucked what like the media did to him and like where he kind of like spiraled to. But no, I'm so happy to see him back on stage though, because again, that's like where he really truly shines.
Totally. 100% agree.
So the new Kardashians show premiered on Hulu.
Why do we have the exact same list? Like,
Theoni, we're the same person.
I know. I always forget. Did you watch the first episode?
I did not, but I've been seeing snippets of it on my For You page on TikTok, and I'm just like, I don't want to keep up with the Kardashians, but the new Hulu show is making it really hard for me not to, like not to indulge in it.
No, 100%. And I never watched the original Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Yeah.
But I have a friend in one of my classes and she was like, Theoni, have you watched it? And I was like, no, I haven't. She's like, you have to. So I sat down and I watched the Kardashians on Hulu, and I actually was like, I'm going to become addicted to this. Like, it was actually really good. And like, it seems so much more them. I mean, I didn't watch the old one, but I don't know. It seems really cool so far.
Same. I've heard it's very different from their show compared to what they have on Hulu, which in my head I was like, it's a documentary about their life. What's so different? But I've heard that like the filming is different, the commentary is different, just like the ways that they show their life is different. And I was like, oh, that is interesting, because you know what? I feel like manipulated some storylines just to get views and stuff. So I'm intrigued to see what Hulu's strategy is going to be to like build their story.
Totally. But I don't think the Kardashians would have started up their reality show again if they didn't have control over it. So I feel like they're going to have much more choice in like what gets shown, what the storylines are, because I truly don't think they would have done it again if they didn't have that control. Because I feel especially with Kourtney, that was a huge issue that she had with the old show.
Yeah. And that was a whole Kris Jenner move right there. She's like, I'm going to girl boss and move my family to Hulu.
She knows what she's doing. Like, there was a part in the show where Kris was like listing all the businesses and stuff that she does. And I was like, how do you even keep track? Like, the amount you have built just off of your family is insane, truly.
She has built an empire. And she's not ready to have it torn down. And I'm like, you go, girl.
No, she is not. Literally. Oh, my gosh. Lizzo's new song came out.
I saw.
With the music
I didn't
video.
listen to it, though.
Okay. I listened to it.
Okay.
And I am kind of disappointed. And I'm really upset because I love Lizzo. Yeah. And her music is so good. But I just thought it was kind of a letdown. Like,
really?
I just didn't love it. Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. I did see something on TikTok this morning, though, where someone like sped up the song a little bit, not like an obnoxious amount, and definitely like making the tempo higher made it better. But I just didn't love it. Like, it didn't feel original like her other music felt. Like, I don't know. It was just kind of disappointing, honestly.
Oh, darn. Okay, well, I'll have to listen to it afterwards, because I did see it come through. I was like, oh, holy crap, she has a new song. Because like, I feel like she hasn't put anything out there for a really long time. So I was excited when I saw it pop up on my like Spotify playlist. But interesting.
I know.
You know what that reminds me? We should talk about Jack Harlow's single.
Yeah, I love it. I literally love that song. I've been listening to it on repeat. Like, I don't know what it is. I know some people were disappointed by it, but I was also like, you guys, have you listened to his other music? Like, it very much sounds like something he would put out, and I thought it's so catchy. Like, it's definitely not as much of a banger as like I feel like people thought it was gonna be.
Yes,
it's more like chill vibes.
I think people were expecting a banger, and that's why they were disappointed, because I did see that discourse around TikTok a little bit. But again, I thought it was like fine. Like, it is a chill vibe, but it's like if I wanted to find something more upbeat from him, I just go listen to his other songs. Like,
Yeah,
it's
literally.
not a big deal.
Yeah, I really liked it. So yeah, I've been listening on repeat in case you were wondering. Oh my gosh.
I'm not surprised.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I was texting Selena the other night, you guys, and we were just talking about how we were both down like a YouTube rabbit hole of Jack Harlow videos. There are so many, and he's so funny. Like, genuinely so funny. And
yeah,
he did this one, I forget what YouTube channel it was for, but it was him and Druzy, I think his name is, and they did like a back and forth thing, and it is so funny. So go watch that, because if you like Jack Harlow, you will love that video, I'm telling you. So
in my rabbit hole, I watched the Lil Nas X and Jack Harlow Genius interview where they break down Industry Baby.
I saw that one too.
So I thought it was really cool to hear, right, Lil Nas X, like his story, and then also hearing like Jack Harlow and like why he wanted to be in the song and like what it meant to him. And I was like, damn, like these like go-getters like aren't like fucking around. Like they're gonna go get it, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
And then I also sent you the 40-second video of him just performing at the Grammys, but just his part, just his chorus.
Oh, it's so good though. Like, wow, he really did the bare minimum, and it blew all of our minds.
Yes. Really. You know what? I think it's the suit. It was a suit for the Grammys.
The suit did something to me. Oh my gosh.
Yes, he looks so good. He looks so good. Okay, also, I forgot, you sent me his performance at the Nickelodeon Teen Choice Awards. The kids, yeah. I was so confused. I was like, why is he in white? It does not flatter him. And then I realized they do the slime thing, so I was like, oh, it's Nickelodeon. I was so confused, though.
The white didn't fit, and also, why is Jack Harlow at the Kids' Choice Awards? Like, I'm sorry, but these little 12-year-olds are not your audience, nor should they be your audience.
No, like, they should not. Yeah, I was very confused. Very confused.
Like, I'm just imagining him, like, if they didn't censor him up there singing, I sent her back to her boyfriend with my handprint on her ass cheek. Like, you cannot.
12-year-olds do not need to hear that.
No, they really don't.
I haven't seen it, but it's been all over my For You page on TikTok. Have you heard of The Ultimatum on Netflix?
I have heard of it, seen it on my For You page. I haven't watched it.
Okay, maybe that's what we should watch the next time. Maybe we can make it an episode, but I have seen so much crap about it, and I've heard it's like so messy, but also the like plot line or like the idea of it is so stupid and dumb, I think. That's why it's so messy. It's long-term couples going on this show called The Ultimatum, and they're basically like, oh, one of us wants to get married, but the other isn't sure. So, like, let's go and, like, date other people and see if we can, like, give them an ultimatum if they want to come back to me and get married, or, like, go with the person that I just met on this, like, game show or whatever.
That's so stupid.
It is stupid, right?
That's actually really upsetting to me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. First you're going on there just for the fame. Like,
exactly. No. I was like, first of all, why would any secure relationship who wants to get married go on this reality TV show? Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
100%. And I'm sorry, but for me, if you want to go and date other people or have that many questions about the relationship that, like, you want to go date other people, then maybe we just shouldn't be in a relationship. Like,
yeah.
No.
Exactly. Don't go on a freaking reality TV show.
Literally, that makes no sense. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I haven't watched it. Maybe I'll watch it on the plane when I'm going to South Africa to kill time. But yeah, I've heard it's bonkers. We should tell our listeners what book we just recently read.
Oh, yes. Let's talk about the Kiss Quotient briefly. I loved it.
Yeah.
The spicy scenes were amazing.
So spicy, but so good. Like,
yes.
We're in so good. I think that's, like, the best spicy scenes I've ever read. And I've read, like, spicy scenes in, like, fantasy books, but, like, and those were fine, too. But, like, this has been the best ones that I've read that were written, like, so cohesively, but not cheesy, but, like, still really sexy. Like,
whoa, my mind is blown.
Yeah.
Those are the best you've read?
Yes. Well, maybe I'll, like, go and read more contemporary romance novels, but I was like, Helen, you did something. Like, you did something good.
Honestly, though. And like, oh my gosh, yeah, they were pretty good. And I also just love the plot. Yeah. I will say Selena and I did get frustrated by the main guy character because I was like, bruh, this girl literally has Asperger's and you say you're understanding, but then you don't communicate. Like, it just, sometimes I'm just like, you need to get your life together.
Like, he should have known better that she wouldn't have understood. And that's why I was confused. I was like, Michael, you already know that she had Asperger's. Why are you being like all shady of like, oh, I don't want this or blah, blah, blah. I just didn't feel, I don't know. It just didn't make sense.
Yeah, 100%. But in general, very, very good book. And you guys should definitely go read it.
Yes. I was like pleasantly surprised. I was like, damn.
I was pleasantly surprised too. And I also think it was just nice because it definitely was a bit of a change from like a typical background for a contemporary romance character. Yes. So I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, no, I love that that Helen brought in Stella's like autism and just kind of how it affected her and the relationship and also like all of her other like outside forces, like work, family, all of that stuff. And I was like, wow, this is really nice.
Yeah, 100%.
So I am reading The Heart Principle by Helen Huang, which is the third book in like, it's not a series, but it's like I don't know, what would you call it?
I don't know what you would call it, but it's almost like when 3 books are connected or a certain amount of books are connected through some of the characters, but
it's not like a full series.
It can also be a standalone book.
Yes. Yeah.
But they're kind of connected because they're in the same world.
Yes, that's right. I don't know what it's called, but that's the premise.
Yeah.
I'm reading The Heart Principle, which is technically the third one. I skipped the second one because I saw that the reviews weren't that great. And you should read it, Theoni.
Okay.
Because you know what?
What?
It has more meat than the Kiss Quotient did, but not as much meat as the Beach Read did, but it's like that nice middle. And I'm finding myself like, oh, wow, this is, I don't want to say it's a copy and paste from the Kiss Quotient, but it's also by the same author. So like the same writing styles, the same kind of themes show up. So I'm not surprised, but I think it definitely does have more meat compared to the Kiss Quotient, but not as much as Beach Read. And I feel like you would really like it.
Ooh, okay. I need to read it. I was waiting to kind of hear what Selena thought of it before I got it because my list of books I want to read is just getting longer and it's stressing me out because I don't have time to keep up with all the things I want.
I'm sorry. You read the Kiss Quotient in one freaking day. What do you mean you don't have time?
Because that's all I did all day, you know? Like,
no, you're right.
I should have been doing other things, let me tell you. Yeah. But once you start, you can't stop.
Yeah, no, listeners, I was like 80 pages in the Kiss Quotient, and it was so good that I had to tell Theoni and be like, go please and read this. The next day, she texts me and she's already done. And I'm like, I'm only 80 pages in, girl. Like, I need time.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, I will say it's not a spoiler. In The Heart Principle, though, I've realized after reading Michael's novel and then jumping to Quan, who I am like such a Quan girl, by the way. I love him. Michael is such a smart ass, and I never realized it in the first book.
He fully is.
He's like over the top in The Heart Principle. And I'm like, Michael, sit the fuck down right now. Like, don't say anything. Like, but I think it's so funny because I love seeing him in a different, like, perspective because we only saw him through Stella's perspective, but now we're seeing him through Quan's, and it's just so funny. It's so funny.
Oh, that makes you want to read it even more now.
Yes, you have to. It's so good. You'll finish it in one day.
Fully. Yeah. Alrighty, guys. Well, this is going to be the end of our episode, which we know it's a bit shorter, but we wanted to just kind of pre-plan this ahead of time so you guys had a little something to listen to in the interim. We are going to take a break next week, so no new episode next week, but the week after, we're going to put this episode out very fast, so you're welcome. But we are going to be diving into Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. We both already have our tickets. I am so excited for that movie. I'm going opening night. I'm gonna freak out. I think it's gonna be one of the most insane Marvel movies ever.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be literally like the same tier that Spider-Man,
Way
no way.
Home. No.
Spider-Man, No Way Home is good. Like, you know how like big that was? I think this is gonna possibly top it depending on who is shown.
Well,
like,
they said it has more Marvel characters in it than Endgame.
What? Since when did they say that?
More cameos than Endgame. My roommate, who also is like very much into Marvel stuff, told me that. So I don't know where she got that from, but that's what I heard. So
I'm gonna lose my mind.
It's gonna be insane.
Oh my god!
Like I don't know if I'll be able to fully handle myself.
Same. Oh my gosh! Wow. Okay, that's exciting. I didn't know that.
Yep. So it's gonna be insane. Yeah. So if you guys are into Marvel, which if you're not, go watch them right now because they're amazing. All right. Well, we will see you guys in 2 weeks when we start talking about Doctor Strange.
Bye.